Hello, I'm Chuck Long, and on this edition of the Entertainment Outlook, the 30th anniversary season for the Tennessee Rep promises to be one of its best ever. A Pulitzer Prize-winning touchstone of American theater, the return of a devilishly fun Tony Award-winning favorite, a holiday classic, and so much more. And here to give us a preview of the upcoming season, artistic director, always a pleasure to have her, Renee Copeland. Great to see you.
Great to be here, thanks.
We were saying right before we went on, it just seems like yesterday.
I know. It's a sign you're getting old.
Well, there's just a lot of good going on.
That's true. Very, very busy.
It really is. I tell you, this season coming up, the 30th anniversary season, how long have you been artistic director?
I've been with the Rep since 2004, and then I took over artistic leadership a couple of years after that.
Okay.
So a while.
Yeah, yeah. So what do you do when you're thinking about 30th season? What went through your head?
Well, it's an interesting prospect because anytime I'm trying to choose a season, I have a million different balls to juggle to try to figure out what kind of a buffet, if you will, of theater I want to present. So with the 30th anniversary, you're thinking, I think it just has to be the best one ever. You know?
Yeah, no pressure.
We toyed with, do we want to bring some back from previous seasons and all kinds of different permutations of what a celebration might look like. But in the end, we decided that we would actually bring back one that sort of meant a lot to us and that was really important to us for a lot of reasons. And then other than that, we were just going to do what we do the best way we know how.
So what are you seeing in the theater world? What's exciting you right now?
Honestly, there's so much good stuff going on right now. I mean, my personal involvement with new play development, for example, has gotten me really excited about some of the plays that are coming out into American theater these days. So it's a really hopping thing.
Yeah,
theater.
There's so much going on. Really great theater. Great theater. You guys continue to turn out just incredible productions.
Well, thank you.
So this season, I want to ask you though, before we get into this past season. So kind of give me the rundown on your take on the past season.
Well, you know, every time I do a season, I always think, this is the best season ever. I will never top it. And I got to say, we had a really great time this season. Because we did launch the season with the world premiere of a new play. So we launched with Nate Epler's Larry's, which was awesome. And then we did The Importance of Being Earnest, and doing a great classic like that is always great fun. Red meant so much to all of us. And of course, Company is the show that we closed most recently. So I just have to say, we have a great acting community here. So getting to work with the actors that we work with every time is always such a treat and always such a gift. So it's been good, but you know, we're always trying to top ourselves.
And so speaking of that, so that goes right into the 30th season. So let's just do the preview. You guys have a stellar lineup. Now you're kicking it off with Sweeney Todd. This is the one you're bringing back.
This is the one we're bringing back. We originally did Sweeney Todd in the fall of 2008, and at that point, it kind of has come to represent for us the company that we are now. You know, the kind of work that we do and the way we use the room. That was the first time we actually used the Johnson Theater in that particular way. We started changing how long we do runs of shows based on our lessons learned from Sweeney Todd. So it kind of seemed like a watershed production for us. So and we love it. Gotta say, love it. And at the time that we did it, we were only doing 2-week runs for musicals, and so it was sold out. We had lots of people who didn't get to see it at that time, so it just seemed like a natural fit for us to bring back something that really meant a lot to us, and a lot of people didn't get to see it the first time.
Right, so this is a great chance to be able to see it this time. Now I want to let everybody know, October 4th through the 25th, that's when it's going to premiere, so make sure you mark that down. Your preview start October 2nd and 3rd, and you see the information on your screen right there. Any challenges in bringing something back that was a huge hit before? Yeah,
always a challenge, because you, as an artist, you never want to do anything that's going to be stale. The good news is the music to Sweeney Todd is so complex and so intriguing that it's hard to imagine ever getting tired of it. But we also learned some lessons about the way we wanted to do the set, so I think you can look for, as spectacular as the set was last time, you can look for something that's even cooler and even better in a lot of ways. And so you hope that you're able to take the lessons you learned the first time and actually bump it up a notch. So I think that I can safely say it'll be even better than the time before.
Okay, can't wait for that. Yeah. All right, The Whipping Man.
The Whipping Man by Matthew Lopez. This is a new play. It's sweeping regional theaters across the country. Everybody's doing it, and there's a reason. It's a really, really terrific play. It's set in April of 1865, just as the Civil War is coming to a close. A bombed-out townhouse in Richmond, 3 characters, 2 men who just were freed as slaves, and a white man who used to own them. And he's a badly injured Confederate soldier, and they find themselves having to figure out their new relationship, and family secrets are a part of it, so it's this really good story. There's a little bit of a mystery to it as well, and it's just a fabulous tale of what happens with these relationships.
Now, do you find that this kind of play, I mean, you said it's sweeping regional theater across the country, is it kind of, it just seems like it goes that all of a sudden this is what everybody's doing. What do you, how do you account for that?
It kind of, well, I mean, I think that what happens is a new play comes out, and for a combination of reasons, it gets to be very popular, and then we all pay attention to what everybody else is doing, too. So I keep my eye on what other regional theaters are doing, and when a play pops up that 4 or 5 of them are doing, I'm like, what's going on over there?
Yeah.
So I think we do kind of share that kind of information, like, this is a really good play, you should do it.
All right, we are looking forward to that. So February 7th through the 21st on your screen. Your previews start February 5th and 6th. Okay. I mean, talk about a classic.
Yeah.
Death of a Salesman.
Yeah. Honestly, this play has been on my to-do list for so long, and we kind of had this hope that we would be able to do the trilogy of those 3 primarily known Arthur Miller plays. So we did The Crucible a few years ago. A year before last, we did All My Sons. So Death of a Salesman was the one that was left, and I was like, oh, I got to get to it. And gosh, it just seemed like the right time for it. It fit well with the other shows I was interested in, and of course, I have the wonderful Chip Arnold, who played the lead in All My Sons for me, and also played the lead in Crucible. And we together as a partnership, actor and director partnership, are really excited at the prospect of doing Death of a Salesman.
Okay, can hardly wait to see that. That is March 14th through the 28th. Previews March 12th and 13th. Okay, Vanya and Sonia and Masha and Spike. Tell us about that.
You know, this play just won the Tony Award, and I was fortunate enough to have time to run up to New York and see it last spring, and I think it'd be fair to say I hadn't laughed harder in the theater in a long time. It's written by Christopher Durang, who's been around for a long time. He's sort of an icon of American comedy, and his comedy tends to be sort of wacky and crazy, and this play is also that. But there's also a good heart to this one. It's a dysfunctional family story, as so many of Christopher Durang's plays are, and it's just one of those plays where you see it and then read it and you go, oh, I so have some great actors in town who could really knock this out of the park. So it just seemed like a natural fit.
All right, well, that is April 11th through the 25th, and the previews April 9th through the 10th. Got about a minute left. You're bringing back a favorite, a perennial classic now, Christmas Story.
A Christmas Story. You know, it's one of those things that as long as we're all very happy with it, I think we'll just keep doing it. It's so fun for us to bring this back every year. This will be our 6th time. Last year was our 5th anniversary for it, and we just continue to have people come and say, please don't ever stop doing this play. I bring my family to it. This year I had someone say, I brought my son and his new wife. When they have kids, we want to bring them to see this production, and the actors, it's become an act of love for them as well. So we're just really looking forward to it, I got to say.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what, we're looking forward to it as well. Incredible season, 30th anniversary season. There, don't forget, A Christmas Story. Mark it on your calendars, November 29th through December 21st. Preview on November 28th. You can get ticket information at TennesseeRep.org. I would suggest doing that because the tickets always go fast, and especially with this season.
Absolutely.
All right, Renee Copeland, as always, it's a pleasure.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Look forward to the season.
Yay.
All right, that's all the time we have for this edition of Out and About today. We'll see you guys next time. Good night.